Hello YouTube and welcome to GrunfWorks. This is an episode of Kerbal Engineering where I will be engineering a Karborundrum Retreiver SSTO. If you're kind of familiar, we had a problem with our previous Karborundrum delivery, and by Karborundrum delivery I mean it went completely bust and got destroyed all the way. So I need to devise a different method of, delivering Karborundrum back to the Kerbin surface, one that will hopefully not explode and destroy all possible Karborundrum with it. So I'm designing an SSTO, and I'm designing an SSTO that would basically fill two roles. One is to get a simple enough craft to the orbit, and the second one being docking with the Kerbin refueling station and retrieve back two 2.5 meter tanks of Karborundrum back to the Kerbin surface, and that should hopefully translate into some more fuel for me, and everything would be nice and all and dandy, and people would be singing praises and all that jazz. Okay, with that thing being said, I am trying to find a decent fuselage, and since I've designed already the lathe lander SSTO, which was to be a huge plane, I wanted this one to be a smaller one, so I'm sticking with HL body components from, I believe this is from the B9 mod. Okay, come on, dual symmetry, please. Yes, okay, great. And that's the idea. So let's see if we can put this on the reverse, and then let's see if we can find a decent ending to this. Yeah. So the purpose, like I said, the mission for this one is just go over to the, let's see if I could use this one instead. Not the most beautiful, I can tell you that much. Oh, and this wouldn't work at all. Maybe. Nah, not really. Okay, never mind. I'll just put the same one that I put at the beginning, sure. And then I'll put this one. Yeah, that looks much better. Okay, and now we need to engineer what would be the propelling technology, and I'm thinking like broadsword engines, because those are 2.5 meters and they seem to be pretty nice. Okay, liquid fuel, let me just quickly check. Yeah, it has a very good thrust to weight, and also, yeah. So let's set up our tanks, liquid fuel oxidizer. I ultimately want to put a lot of fuel so that I have enough delta V, but I don't need to be doing it overboard, but we'll see. So I'm just making sure that I put these to LFO tanks, because they're highly useful as LFO tanks. Okay, closed cycle would give me a 2000 delta V. Well, that's not too shabby, and in air breathing it's much more. Okay, fine. Then I would want more engines, obviously, because when we add the wings and stuff, this wouldn't be nearly enough to propel it. So I'm thinking Cutlass or turbofan engines or something at least. And I need a tank to attach it first. So where are my aviation tanks? Come on. Liquid. I don't want the HL components, I want the regular 2.5 meter aviation tanks. I knew I had them somewhere. Oh, there it is. The Mark IIA 400X aviation tank. And then we can put some engines at the back. These two turbofans. Doesn't look bad. And those are with a reversible thrust. Well, that might be handy. Let's see what else we can put there. Another... I think I'm gonna compartmentalize my tanks to be, in the sections of the 400X, because those guys I can actually shift fuel front and back, and thus in basically adjusting my center of mass, center of lift. So I think one more. I think that would be fine. Now, where are my intakes? Shock cone, advanced shock cone intakes, those look good. I'd ultimately argue to put them a little bit more up front, but, well, why the hell not? Let's go to with the B9 procedural wings. I've tried to doing the regular P wings, but I had an issue with that. So I'm sticking to the B9 instead. Alright. Similar to my lathe SSTO design that you will be seeing soon, trademark, well, not trademark, but soon-ish, is actually the, yeah, I want to design this one as a glider as well. So I want a rather high wing surface. Assuming that goes well, then I will be focusing on and adding more, you know, thrust, lift, weight, whatever. So, winglets. Shall I put the shape? No, because it screws up everything. No, I don't want this. I want once again. Thank you. Maybe just align the edges, I don't know. Align the base, yeah, and that should be fine. And the edges a little bit. I can always align them manually. I actually like this design. This looks actually very nice in my head, so yeah. I mean, you've seen me fly it already, assuming if you watched the last week's episode of Interplanetary Voyage. If you haven't, check it out. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm now just showing you how to design this bad boy. Come on. Attach, please. Yes, see, you can play ball. Note, my wings are not always at the good angles, but I don't care. As long as they look cool, I'm fine with it. Alright, control surfaces, wings, tips and everything. I'll argue to extend them a little bit. Come on. Little bit more. Maybe, possibly. Come on. Yeah, I'm not very familiar and used to playing with B9 procedural wings, but bear with me. It takes a while until I figure out which sliders to push, which stuff to move, etc, etc. Okay. Well, so far looks promising. Center of lift, center of mass look fine to me. I need to adjust my control surfaces. I do want to extend it a little bit so that they kind of match the normal ones. Angle and all that jazz. Well, yeah, okay. I'd say doable. Fine. Setting up the width, the root, I mean, the B9 procedural wings are pretty nice because they give a lot more options than the other ones. So, yeah, those are cool. In my book, at least. Now, this is the all-moving wing, so those will be like canards, but they will be a pretty big canards in front. So, let's put them something like that, and that puts our... Shall I angle them slightly at the back? Come on. Yeah, oh boy, a little bit. This looks much better. Almost. And if I slap on these guys at the back... Good, then I should be attach point offset a little bit higher up. Come on. Work with me. I tried raising those so that they are kind of well aligned, center of mass, center of lift. I'm hoping that that will keep things in balance. And the engines will be, well, firing slightly off the center of mass, but I think that will be fine. I can use these intakes, followed by some ramjet engines. Turbo ramjets. Those look good enough. Air brakes, mandatory. I could put two of them like this. Come on, yes. Oh, didn't I copy them? Now I did. Alright. That should hopefully give us enough braking surfaces. Now I'm thinking here adding another RCS, yes, because we need to somehow at least be able to, you know, dock. And let's put the RCS thrusters. Okay. Kerbal RCS build aid, let's see, I need your help. Does this look okay? Maybe. Slight tilting here action. Let me see if I could align these two. I don't want a single radial, I want a double radial here, and I want a double radial there, but please do offset. Come on. Double, triple. Okay, seems doable. Nice. Let's set up the action groups. First is toggle mode, second is intakes. I usually use that setup so I can go 1, 2, 3, you know. Then 3 would be toggle engines. And I'm thinking switch mode. I don't think so. That would be the reversing thrust on these, and that we don't want to do. So cargo bay doors. I mean, so far I'm liking the design of it. We'll see how it will look further on. Wheels. I'm thinking the heavy wheels. I don't think we need the heaviest wheels, but you never know. Although, to be fair, this craft is pretty big. Let's tuck the landing gear in. Yes. I'd say this looks about right. What do you say we take it for a test drive? Let's simulate it. Okay, let's give it a look. Oops. Oh, it's dancing. What do you know? Great. 3, 2, 1. Stop messing with the hydraulics and kick on the engines, will you? Oh, you might want to correct your heading there, Chief. A little bit at least. Okay, thank you. Much better now. Let's see if we take off. Bong, 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 bong. And our engines blew. Can we still take off? Come on, show me some robustness. Maybe not. Okay, clearly those tiny wheels are not up to the snuff. So we need to offset these a little bit more back so that the craft doesn't dance itself too much. This one is the large landing gear, that one is fine. I think these small wheels, should it be better if we place them here, maybe? Come on, rotate, damn you. Yeah, like that. 2 training wheels, you know? And we need some struts to hold this thing together. And by struts I mean like bird droppings or glue or something. And the purpose of the last 2 wheels is just merely to prevent, yeah, the engines from hitting the dirt. So far, everything seems just dandy. Now, simulate. Okay. Ouch. Still dancing. And it blew my landing gear. Nice. Well, who cares? Let's give it a go anyway, shall we? I'll try this time with a slightly more shallow angle. Let's just take the argon gas engine out of it. Pitch a little and... come on. Something blue, something blue. Engines are still there. Interestingly enough. I have no idea what blew. Apart from parts of the wings and the fuselage and... yeah, whatever. I want to replace you, Sunshine, with the actual medium landing gear somewhere towards the back, I'd say. Just like training wheels, you know. And I think I want to strut the crap out of you inside, so that you don't wobble like a wet noodle, please. Come on, strut to something. No. Strut from outside. Inwards, yes, thank you. Close the cargo bay doors and let's try and do one more test run. Okay, my wheels are no longer blowing. The fact that my aircraft is jumping like crazy is still negligible. Okay, let's kick the gas and see how it goes. 0.67 thrust to weight on initial takeoff. Well, that's not a problem per se. It's a little bit low-ish, but it's doable, I'd say. Provided the craft is stable, so we'll give it a look. Gentle, gentle, come on. And we lost the tail stuff. But so far the rest seems pretty good. Yeah, definitely improvement over the previous design. It looks kinda nice. I like it. Steady climb, that's definitely a step in the positive direction. I'm only worried now when we come to the point where we need to be accelerating up to the orbital velocities. Because as far as I know, the only engine that can go orbital is the broadsword. So we'll see if that one has enough kick to kick this pig to the right. Yeah. Okay, engines are slowing down, and so I switched to the... Okay, and as you can see, our thrust weight is 0.29. That will get us nowhere fast, actually. I think that we actually need more thrust to weight. So, more engines. Let's take these two jokers out. And let's put something a little bit more serious. Where's my OPT? Oh, yes. Turbojet engine nacelle. Okay, so you, something like that. Sure. And then slightly up. Offset, up, uppity, up, up, up. Okay, and then we copy down. Another nacelle. Well, that should give us enough thrust to weight, that's for sure. To literally catapult us out of the atmosphere. Okay, strutted. I need one more set of intakes. Because I do want to be operating at a higher altitudes. Great, but that still does not fix my orbital well, it does, orbital acceleration, and then we have a broadsword that can take over. So let's just make sure that we toggle them. Oh look, they have also the closed cycle mode. Ooh, that could give us a very nice boost, actually. I never thought about it. I thought those were only air-breathing engines. Clearly, they're not. Okay. Great. Let's simulate it once again. This time, thrust to weight should not be a problem whatsoever. Okay, and let's give it a shot now. Yeah, thrust to weight 1.15. Now that's what I'm talking about. I mean, SSTOs can get away with 0.80 or 0.60 even, but why? Oh, and something blue. Oh yes. Oh no. Whoa! This was kind of nice. I think this was called a rapid unplanned disassembly. So I do want to be putting the training wheels once again back. Now, I also want to be putting a docking port somewhere because I realized that I forgot completely about it. So let's just put one at 90 degrees. Great, we'll put it here between the tail planes. And I'm actually thinking of replacing this one with a broadsword engine. I mean, I think it would give us this extra kick that we want. Let's do another simulation. Oops. Once again, bumpity bump bump. Okay. Kicking the engines. 1.11 thrust to weight. More than decent, actually. Carefully raising the nose, shall we? Training wheels touching the ground, something exploding, as always, but at least this time we haven't completely destroyed the wheels. And our speed is climbing rapidly, which is a good thing. We are aiming for a 30-degree-ish kind of climb, and I have quickly disabled the maximum thrust because we really don't need that much thrust. We are still too low into the atmosphere for the time being. Okay, I just want to quickly check what happened. So far everything seems pretty well. Now punching the engines to the max. Thrust to weight being 1.90, and it's dropping off sharply as our velocity increases. And I think it will top out around 1000-ish, kicking it into the closed cycle mode, but we have 2500 delta V, which is good enough. So I'm thinking I'm gonna just push it. So far everything seems pretty promising. Our apoapsis is rising up sharply. Looks like this SSTO actually quite has what it takes to get to orbit. Okay. Evening out. This was actually quite easy. Wow. Okay, we are topping out at, let's say, 100-ish, or maybe higher. 115. Okay, and I just want to now circularize to see how much delta V I have remaining. That would be another 400. That leaves us 1000, and that's more than enough for a rendezvous and a deorbit burn, actually. But we have to take into account that Karborundrum, once loaded, it's actually heavy fuel. So we do know that our delta V will be dropping a little bit. How much, I have no idea. Let's kick up the contrast a little bit. And doing the circularization with this glorious screenshot. Okay, 120 by 120 with 1400 meters per second to spare. More than enough, I would say. Let's open the cargo bay doors. Let's decouple this. Okay, and just kicking it out. Beautiful. Now, core overheating shutting down. Oh, I see. I have no reception. That's just beautiful. Well, now I may get... Oh, and I did get a reception. Good. Let's kick it. Oh, and then let's see if we can extend everything as we initially planned. This is also a test. Okay, first the comms up. Then let's extend the controls. Beautiful. Extend the solar arrays. Extend the... Yeah. See? Connecting to mission control, extending the radiators, and starting up a reactor. Good! I think that's about it. And then we just need to test the fuel system working correctly. So let's try and kick the engine. Yep, that's it. Engine works. Isn't that beautiful? And it has a total of yet another 1800 delta V, which, I mean, it's not stellar. Okay, some minor modifications. I just want to make sure that all of my engines are on switch mode correctly, and intakes that are all being taken care of. Reactor, just double checking everything. Yes, yes, okay. Here I need to put the air brakes, and I need to be putting the bigger ones as well, because, you know, air brakes. Okay, now I want to be, since I'll be using that one to refuel, I want to be putting pipe end point somewhere below, maybe here. Cool, so that we can actually, you know, detach and these training wheels, I'd actually prefer to make them full-size wheels and just put them at the back, so to say. Like the Something along these lines, because I didn't like my craft bouncing back and forth. So yeah, something like that. And let's just offset them by a little bit. Okay, I'd say that looks about right. Close cargo bay doors. Oh, I want to be putting the info drive where I will be writing what each button does, because I'm forgetful, and this is one of the things, you know. I prepare all the action groups, I put everything nicely, I arrange for everything, and then I forgot how I put it, and when I'm flying it, because it can usually take 2-3 weeks between, then I have no freaking idea how to control my own ship. Sucks, right? So yeah, I'm now putting the information drive here. That should hopefully work well. Okay, right. I'd say this looks about right. Let's just see. I want to be extending, retracting the gear, and I think that should be fine. Let's just update this. Well guys, I think that will be for this episode. You've seen this guy work, you've seen it how it flies. So until the next episode, I'll say like if you like, hit subscribe for more content, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Until then, thank you very much for watching. This is GrunfWorks signing off and building this thing.